Hi, in today's video we're going to make a kick inside Serum. I have the final result in here. Couple things you need to know. Of course you need X for Serum, the latest version, and then you need some sort of a kind of distorted 909 kick. I used these two from my sample pack to come up with this. So, the sound with Serum is pretty different than the end result. Sounds like this. It's really bad and lots of high frequencies. So this is just two oscillators. One is the noise oscillator. I'm using one of my clean kicks from my pack. This one inside the noise oscillator. I'm running it through the effects anyway. I'm also using the bandpass filter, and I am running both oscillators except the sub, which is direct out, through the filter. Let's check out some of these modulations. Probably the most important ones, like always with kicks, are the pitch and volume. So I'm just using the envelope 1 as a volume envelope, and envelope 1 or LFO 1 as a pitch envelope or LFO. Just like so. There is really not that much. The most important things in here are the filter mix modulation. I am achieving the peaky sound with this filter modulation. So at this part, I'm actually going to show you guys exactly what I mean by the filter modulation or the mix modulation. So for example, if we take this instance of Serum, let's use a sine wave and let's make a pitch LFO. It sounds horrible, but that doesn't matter. This is just demonstrating the filter. So now, if we go to normal and choose the band 24, up the drive, the resonance, let's actually take something else. Okay, so if we want to use this kind of snappy and distorted part as a punch, what you can do is you take an LFO, use it in envelope mode, do something like this, throw it in here. As you can see now, we are only using the filter in the punch. It sounds horrifying, I know, but this is just demonstrating the example. And now with this LFO, you can of course take an EQ, for example, do a bell filter, add it in the gain part, and now you're an uptempo producer, per se. And now we can take this wavetable, something like this. I think you get the point. Use the filter in this way to achieve the punchy kind of sound. When this LFO is activated, the filter is on, aka we get the resonating sound, like so. but we don't want the resonating high frequencies in the tail. So yeah, that is why I am automating the mix. Also with this, I am automating the level of the dry kick. With LFO3, I am modulating the waveform, which is some random waveform from Serum stock library. Here it is. Plugin Guru Mega Wave tables. You can find it here. And yeah, with this LFO, I'm moving the wavetable position, and that's it. LFO4 is just controlling the levels. So what I'm basically doing here is when my dry kick hits from the noise oscillator, I am removing the oscillator A and the sub oscillator, so we get more space to the punch, I should say. This LFO is controlling, it is moving the filter just so slightly. And yeah, the EQ. Moving this peak in here. You just need to try out a different position with these peaks to find out something that kind of works. And also I am moving the mix of the reverb with this. Makes no difference whatsoever, in my opinion. The LFO6, this is important. Yeah, okay, so as you can see, I have 9 voices of unison with inside this oscillator, but as you can hear, the unison voices are not spread into the stereo field. So you can go here where it says global, and here you can see the oscillator settings, and I turn the width all the way down from the oscillator 1. To, well, make it mono, because I don't want any frequencies into my stereo field with this kick. And it is really good that we have this fun inside Serum, so it doesn't overheat. And yeah, as you can see here, I am automating the detune. Let's see what happens if I remove this. So with this, I give the kick the main character. And this is also controlling the compressor bands, if I remember correctly. Yeah, so what you can do inside Serum with unipolar modulation is you can track this LFO within these bands, and you can give your kicks more snap by automating these bands. So I automated the high band just so lightly. You can see it in here. And yeah, is there anything else really? Well, the LFO1 is controlling the compressor mids. But as you can see, this peak is so tight that it is really hard to hear. So yeah, that's it. So what I did next is I rendered the kick out like this. And I threw it into the playlist. Here things look more complicated than they actually are. If we check out the sound in here. So this is just the same sample in every sampler. And let's go through these one by one. Starting with this sound, I use the pogo knob to make it more, I don't know, snappy or something. And this sound is running through these effects. I will show these effects just in a moment. Again, pogo, same effects, same channel. The tail, I just reversed it and I used this tool to find the right position. And again, this is running through the same effects. And this sound is just a punch recorded with a reverb on. And of course the reverb is muted now because we are not gonna need it anymore. So now we have this. And these automations in here, this is not needed at all. This is the only automation. So low shelf automation with the cut in 150 Hz area before distortion. And the saturation knob is a free plugin. And I use this plugin as a kind of clipper and kind of compressor, I guess. This is from Air Windows. The guy makes insane plugins. And yeah, then I rendered this out. The sound is in here. What I did next is I drew this sound into the nimble kick and used the limiter built inside this plugin and just a little bit of this transient control. And now we have, and also, yeah, the stretch, I used this knob.